Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big hand for Grandpappy Petey.
Hey. Good evening. Good evening. Glad to see you all here. Good to be here in Clarksville. Flew in last night, boy, my arm's tired. Whew. All right, okay. So, well, Jazz and I sit around and I think, all these problems in the world today, and everybody does. There's so many problems we've got to solve, and for instance, like, can you believe there's kids that only have one cell phone and one Xbox? I mean, it's just, I don't know how they get by. You know, Bill?
Yeah.
And that's tough.
Yeah.
Can you believe that there are dogs that don't have sweaters to wear in the winter? Unbelievable. How do these dogs make it through the winter without freezing to death? Can you believe, Dylan, that there are kids in this world that won't eat chicken off of a bone, that only eat chicken strips and chicken nuggets?
Popeye. I mean Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, can't believe it. Trying to figure out how to solve these problems for all these people. Well, the other problem, that I think I can have a solution to is trying to tell a good bedtime story without, falling asleep in the middle of it or, when it starts. Most people, you hear once upon a time and you get tired and you fall asleep before the story's even over. Or you think you've heard it 100 times. Well, take for instance, Cinderella. Have you heard Cinderella before? Yeah. Well, if I said Rindercella instead of Cinderella, you might feel like you've never heard the story before. You won't get so bored with it. So it goes something like this. If I said, once upon a time in a corn country. Are you with me, Jazzy? Okay. Once upon a time in a corn country, there lived a beautiful girl. And this beautiful girl's name was Rindercella. Well, Rindercella lived with her mugly other and 2 sad blisters. Well, in the same corn country, there lived a very prancing Hans. And this prancing Hans, he was going to throw a fancy fall. And he invited people from miles of mound, especially the pitch people, Well, the mugly other 2 sad blisters, they heard about this fancy fall. Well, they went to town and got them a drancy fest. Rindercella couldn't go. She had to stay home and clean. They were mean to Rindercella. They made her do things like fleet the sores. They made her wean the Clindas. They even made her trub the scorelets. Mean stuff. Right, Dill? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, the day of the fancy fall arrives, and Rindercella, she couldn't go. Because all she had to wear was some old ruddy dags. She just cat down and stride.
She cat down and stride?
She cat right down there and stride. And while she was a kid in there and stride, appeared before her Gary Modfather. Jazzy, don't ever tell him I told you this, all right? And I deny it if he asked me that I told you this. He was wearing a tink poo-poo. You know a tink poo-poo? Like the ballerina dancers wear? Yeah, well, Gary Modfather was wearing a tink poo-poo when he arrived in front of Rindercella. Well, Gary Modfather grabbed his magic wand and poof, appeared before them a big coach and Hicks white horses. Carry her to the fancy fall. Well, before Rindercella left, Gary Modfather said to Rindercella, Rindercella, you be home before daylight or I'll turn you into a pumpkin. Well, Rindercella paid attention. So she went on to the fancy fall. When she got there, on the front steps was Prancing Hans. Well, he knew she was going to be there, and he knew what was going on because he'd been watching from the hidden window all night long. So, Prancing Hans and Rindercella, they go into that fancy fall, and they danced all died. Now, sometimes he would dance like this. He would do one of these, he'd get down like that. Sometimes he'd do one of these, Sometimes he'd do some of this, a little bit of that. One time he did one of these. You know, I mean, he danced a lot, Bill. You know, and she did too. And when you just saw that with all that good dancing, you can imagine they let on fun. They did. They let on fun. Yeah. Well, so Rindercella knew it was getting kind of late. She asked the parents some hints of what time it was. He grabbed his walkie watch and he looked, and it was almost midnight. Just about then, the mid-clock struck 9. Rindercella, she chased down the railings. And just before she beached the road, she slopped her dripper. She did. She slopped her dripper. Yeah. Well, you know, Prince and Hints, he grabbed it. The next day, he went all over that corn fun tree looking for a beautiful girl who had slopped her dripper. Finally, he made it to Rindercella's house. He tried it on the mugly oven. It fit and did. Jazzy, tried it on the 2 sad blisters. It fit and did. Dill, tried it on Rindercella.
It fit dead.
It fit did. It fit did. That's right. It was exactly the side rise. Yeah, it was. Well, they lived together, got married, you know, and, lived happily ever after, you know. Well, ladies, the story of the Maury is, if you want to print some hints to love and fun with you at a fancy fall, don't forget to slop your dripper.